Boys, the Australian Open has started this week. We've been catching up.
I've been betting on it, if that's what you mean.
How are you going?
Let's not talk about that.
The 30-leg multis, round 1 and 2.
We had $80 in the account last time, down from 150.
Yeah.
But that's still plenty to go back
Still
up.
a lot of money then. I'm still liking our chances. I think we bet on like Tsitsipas to take it out altogether. So is he still in?
Yeah,
just
but he's going to lose it all. That's just a silly bet.
Speaking of people that might be still in, Nick Kyrgios has also been in his games have been in the news.
Yeah.
The crowd has been described as a zoo.
Rowdy.
And, you know, when you're watching, the commentators had no clue what was going on. Sounded like boos. Sounded like moos, some people said.
Yeah.
Seriously, I don't think they were mooing like cows.
The commentators like, oh, they can't be booing. It's Nick Kyrgios. It's the crowd favourite.
So moo was the next logical choice.
So they also said roo.
Oh, yeah. Okay. A bit of kangarooing.
What?
I don't know. This is ridiculous.
It makes sense. Anyways.
What was he actually doing?
Turns out they were doing the Ronaldo
sii'ng.
which is somehow still big. I was surprised it made it to the Open, to be fair.
Yeah. When did this come about?
It's trending on TikTok.
Yeah, like 3 months ago,
it
bro.
was like, October-ish, I reckon.
And
even earlier, I think, maybe. But yeah, it was like sometime last year.
Yeah, it somehow made it to the Open. Anyways, so it happened to Kyrgios, but it also happened to a few people. Andy Murray, namely, happened on like a practice court. At first, he thought it was booing.
Yeah.
He got to him. He was upset. But then he realized it was the Ronaldo thing, and he was still upset because it was stupid. Why people doing it at the tennis?
It's a bit random. Like, it's Ronaldo who plays soccer, and it's the tennis in Australia with tennis players from like Australia and Great Britain. So it's like not even Portuguese tennis players. Like,
But it kind of works like in soccer because like goals are kind of hard to come by.
no, yeah, it makes sense in soccer. In tennis, there's a point every
Every point, every serve.
So silly.
Anyways, after when Nick Kyrgios got eliminated, Medvedev was upset.
Yeah.
That the crowd was, doing all this nonsense.
Low IQ crowd.
Is that what he said?
He said it's a low IQ crowd.
a dog shot.
Speaking of low IQ crowds,
Yeah, good.
I would like to claim that us three here at the pod, as well as some other boys at our high school, we started this trend first of doing the Ronaldo scene in inappropriate situations.
Not even, it was just all the time. Just no matter what. It was
and upsetting the masses who didn't know what was going on. So it started as simple as in the classroom. It started all the way back at the Ballon d'Or. What year was it? I don't want to get it wrong.
I reckon 2013.
2013, when Ronaldo first won it after Messi won it for long years. So obviously Ronaldo's a bit emotional when he went up to accept the award. So he has the award in his hands. He has the award in his hands. He's giving his speech.
Yeah.
His podium's to his right. Puts it down. Shakes his hands. Like empty fucking crowd.
And the thing is, the crowd didn't even know how to react. Like, because it was so, like, because it was the first time he'd done it. Like, obviously when he scores goals, he does it, but this was the first time, like, you
could hear it and all that.
Yeah.
And then the camera just goes to everyone in the crowd, just confused, and also like clapping and cheering.
Just Carlo Ancelotti looking confused.
So it started with that. So we saw that video in high school, and then we did the hand gesture and the noises. But then it got to a point where we're like, we can't be doing this in the classroom all the time. We resorted to just the hand gesture. So we're doing this. You look around and everyone's just giggling and laughing.
And the thing is, we did it once as well, like in an exam, like during an exam.
Yeah.
Like the guy's like, all right, reading time's over. You can begin your exam. A few idiots.
It starts with a few, then everyone does it.
Yeah.
And I swear half of the people are doing don't even follow soccer, don't even do that.
They had no idea.
Thought it was
They just
funny.
like the sound.
Now, my exam story from that was when we finish exams, obviously we're in like rows of 10 and there's like 12 columns of those rows. So
Our final, is this our final exam?
This is your HSC.
this is like
12.
the year-wide,
To get into university, you do these exams.
the
like
Australia-wide
A-levels.
exams, it's like standardized.
Yeah.
And then obviously the examiner's letting people go row by row, column by column. The first column goes, we're all still inside. Everyone else is quiet. Because obviously it's exam conditions. People are outside.
And the thing is, because it's so quiet in the hall, you could hear it like so. The thing is, they didn't even wait to get to like outside. They just literally left the doorway of the hall and started doing it in like the foyer, and it was like echoing in the hall.
That was outrageous. But the main story, the where it culminated, was so we went to a boys' school, and then as a boys' school, we have a sister school.
Yeah.
And they held, at the end of the year, they held some musical or some performance
musical.
event.
Yeah,
Talent show basically where.
like that, yeah.
What'd you say?
Some lame shit.
Oh, I thought you said it was something else. But But no, it was like a talent show where like anyone could like volunteer, perform, whatever. But obviously like the year 12s had a performance at the end, but during it was like, from year 7 to year 12, 13 to 18-year-old girls, they could just perform, sing, dance, whatever they want. And then as I think you guys as prefects, year 12, you're invited to a little performance at the end as well. So there's a few of us from our school at the back, not only people performing, but I came to support you. A few of us came. And obviously, how invested really are we in a year 7 seeing, I don't know, Let It Go?
Literally zero investment.
So we had to entertain ourselves somehow. So at the end of every performance, it was a which obviously sounds like a boo.
It does.
So especially when you're at the back and like by the time it travels to the front, it just sounds like boos from the boys.
It's like 20 to 30 18-year-old boys at the back just being hoons, just making baboon noises, really. And then obviously there were a lot of performance, but halfway through the night, one of the girls we knew came up to us and was like, "Hey guys, can you please stop that?" there are girls crying at the back because you're booing them.
Oh my God.
Which at first like, grow a pair. It's not that deep. But they're saying, well, it's not boos, but so we pivoted to woo. So
Just regular clapping couldn't do.
No, we had to entertain ourselves somehow.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that went on. Made a few girls cry because we were just showing our Ronaldo SIU. And then there was a Facebook group for a Facebook event for this. And then afterwards, we thought, we weren't able to talk to the girls that cried directly. We got to, make some reparations. So I did some digging, boys. In light of all the events recently, I'm like, how did this actually go down in the Facebook event? And there were some apologies written that might not even need to be written.
Cancel culture back in 2015.
We were trying to not get cancelled. So there was 2 apologies. The first one was a bit more reasonable.
Right.
It was like, "Hey guys, cheers for the good night. For the record, our C is a sign of endearment, as were our woos. You guys were brilliant. Thanks for organising it."
Amazing.
Respectable,
Succinct. And then we had a second apology.
Go on.
It's an essay, basically. It's about 4, 5, 6 paragraphs long.
Waffle.
There's a lot of waffle. There's a lot of blah, blah, blah. Thanks for having us. Blah, blah, blah. Thanks for... We're super proud of you.
You're good, talented people, all of you.
And then it goes, "I know some of you, particularly the earlier performers, may have thought we were booing. And I want to make it super clear and promise that we were not. We have a little running tradition in our grade whereby in happy moments, we yell in unison. And today we were super happy. We seriously apologize if it threw you guys off. And as we said earlier, it is our way of showing our love for you. We don't know any other way."
I didn't read that part.
He made us sound like chimpanzees, dude.
Dude, that is the most disgusting apology of all time.
His defense wasn't, "We're not assholes, we're just special."
No, but then after his defense was, "Boys will be boys." Sorry, girls. Iconic.
That was ours. So anyways, that was 2015. We claim to have started this trend.
6 years before.
And then it died and then it came back. Where's our credit?
None. Nick should be adding us on Instagram.
Exactly.
For the first time that this has been done in like a public event where people perform.
Exactly. On TikTok, @Critical Banter, we should get credit for it all.